Okay, good afternoon. We are outside. It's still daytime, which is a bit abnormal for me. So we're outside because my son is watching Thomas, and I'm sure you don't really want to have that going in the background. So here we have just a base I slapped together. Nothing major. I just kind of threw it together. You can see the red putty on the edge is still drying. This stuff is amazing. Well, let's see if we can get it to focus. There we go. So yeah, I've done one level of sanding. I've got to go back here in a minute and put a second layer down, get it cleaned up a little, get that edge better. We just have a little bulkhead here along the floor. It's just some diamond plate, some rivets. There's some rivets on there, and you can see kind of the texture of that. It's got a rail here and then a thing there, and there's a little bit of a grate there along with the edging that I added in just to clean everything up a little. So that'll just be the base for this guy. Set it on the car, I guess. And here we have our finished up Sentinel. He's more or less done. I may do one or two more things. Nothing major. Just a touch up here and a touch up there. And so there it goes. So that's the Sentinel. I got some little bronze accents in there, and we did all the heat warping on here. That was nice and easy. I think I'm gonna paint this little doohickey here. I'm gonna jewel that up, make it look like a lens. We have, I don't know if you can see it in there. Not really. Maybe. Yeah, I did a little like crosshair on the screen there. Nothing major. You're not really able to see it one way or the other. So we got the aquila done in a couple of different colors, couple of different golds. All the joints. I went ahead and went over these all these pistons in a brighter silver, and then I used the new it's the replacement for Bad Ab Black. It's the Nuln oil, and I found that it's in experimenting with it, it's a little less pure black and a little more oily. It's got just a little bit of that sort of brown oily look to it. So it does a really good job bringing out other colors. Well, not really bringing out other colors. It does that too, but it really gives it that sort of stupid dogs. We're gonna try and edit tonight, so we'll see if I can't get that out. If not, you get to hear the dogs barking too. But it gives it sort of a dirty look. And I just really like the way it looks. I put it on fairly light in most places, and it came out really well. So I'm pretty happy with this guy. I'm gonna try and get the base done here shortly. I'm gonna, as soon as I'm turn the camera off, I will be doing another round of red putty. It's still relatively warm out. It's I don't know, 7 o'clock, something like that. So it's finally starting to cool down a little. And here in the valley, it's quite warm. So, but yeah, nothing major. Okay, I'm recording outside again. My son is in the other room watching Thomas, so I don't want that in the background. So apologies if there are dogs barking in the background. We have goofy dogs across the street that bark at everything. So. This is 3M Bondo Spot Putty, glazing and spot putty. It works kind of like a squadron putty, except it's really good. Squadron putty is really tough to work with. You really have to thin it down, and it's a lot of work. So this stuff is really easy to put on. It dries relatively quickly, and then it sands beautifully. You can get a really nice finish on it for models, and it's cheap. This tube is under $5. I think it's $3.99 for something for like a 4.5 ounce tube. And you know, squadron putty is double or triple that for, you know, half as much, a third as much. and then stuff like knead tight, green stuff, gray stuff, that kind of thing, isn't really good for sanding, and there's all sorts of other problems with it. There's other like epoxy type sculpt stuff that just either doesn't work well, or it reacts with plastic, or it's a lot of work. So this stuff it doesn't react with stuff very much, as long as you let it dry. If it reacts with something, it'll sand out. It's not going to react too badly. Make sure you mix it. Just squeeze, give the tube a couple squeezes and shake it up a bit, just to get everything around in there, because it is I believe acetone based, something based, and it will eat stuff if you sort of use the goopy runny stuff that you get when you first open it after you've used it once or twice. So do be careful with it, because that will eat the models if you're not careful. But just take it easy, go on. It's better to do 2 or 3 coats of the stuff. Put a coat on, sand it down, put a coat on, sand it down, than to glob one big nasty thing on and get it to work that way. So there's I just can't say enough good stuff about this. Steve Neal, who makes a lot of Starship models and just amazing stuff. If you haven't checked him out at all, check out his stuff. I'll put a link down in the liner notes. I believe it's Dark U-Boot. He makes remote control submarines. He's made a half-scale replica of the original series Enterprise. It's just amazing stuff. He's really inspired me to sort of bump up my game and do a real good modeling project on some of these things. So you'll see that as it comes together in these videos. But yeah, no, really good stuff. This should be in with me actually using it in on the edge of a base right now. It's just to get it cleaned up after I put some stuff on top. And my edges didn't line up, and normal stuff. Nothing crazy, but so I'm using this to clean up my edges, and it's good stuff. Thought I'd let you guys know about it. Okay, one more round before it's painted. It's a much smoother edge. It's not perfect. There's kind of a couple little divots here, but I'm not going to worry about them too much. Adds a little bit of character to the base, I think. Everywhere else is smooth, and there's just a couple little dings there where the wire mesh stuff is showing through a bit. So it'll sort of give a good texture based around that, so I'm not going to worry about it. I could put another layer of stuff on and sand it down another couple times to fill those in, but I'm just not going to worry about it. All my rivets are stuck down real nice. This little edging right here, if you look, it's a separate sheet of styrene, if you can see it. Everything's looking good. I'm going to primer it here in a minute. That's why the rubber glove is on, so there we go. Okay, last update for the day. Got the base done, more or less done. It was just kind of quick and dirty. Did some weathering on it and stuff, just to see what works, what doesn't work, what'll look good on this and what won't. I still have one gem left to do, that front little lens there. But other than that, this guy is done. So give you a little close-up of the base. It came out real well. Pretty happy with it. So yeah, looks good. I think it'll be a good theme to work with, sort of work up with too. I like the kind of feel with that, where it's fairly understated but lots of detail on it. Combined with the rather bright colors of the Army, should make it look good. Plus, like I said, I will have a pretty impressive display base. So there it is.